How would you feel if you were obviously innocent but thrown into jail anyways? Or if you were judged by people who haven't even met you? Would you feel sad, bitter, bewildered? Well, that's exactly how Tom Robinson and Boo Radley felt. For our assignment, we had to choose a topic. I chose justice and truth. My first poem was called Racism All Around. It talks about the truth of how there's still racism everywhere around us, but no one can take time to just look at it and realize that it's a problem. My second poem was called Truth, and it's about how you can't feel it or touch it or see it sometimes, but it's still there. And my third poem was called Justice, and it talked about how everyone needs justice, but they should already have it. But many people in our society lack justice. My fourth poem was called Stereotyping. It was about how you shouldn't put people into classifications before you really even know them, before you find out the truth about them. The second item in our assignment was we had to think about or find some short stories. So one of my short stories was about how truth can set you free. It also talked about how when people just judge you, they can't see who you really are. They can't get to know you and find out that you're a great person. Another poem, or another short story, was about how if you take time to find the truth about someone, you could realize that that person is a lot more than who you gave them credit for. And it talks about the justice within truth. The third thing for our assignment was to find a book about the topic that you have chosen. I found a book that is called Anne Frank and the Children of the Holocaust. And so the book is about Anne Frank, and it's about her life, and it's just pretty much a diary of her life. And it shows us how horrible the times were, and how no one really knew the truth, and everyone was just following what they were told. And there's no justice in that. That's just horrible. And yeah. So in all, To Kill a Mockingbird, the truth connects with it. It connects to Boo Radley and Tom Robinson. This is because no one really knew the truth about either of them. They just believed what they wanted to. It applies to Boo Radley because in the book, the kids would make fun of Boo. They would play games about Boo, act him out. They never even met him. They just heard stories about him and judged him by the creepy way of his house looks or something. And it also applies to Tom Robinson because, like, it was obvious that he was innocent. And there's so much evidence that showed that Tom Robinson was innocent, but the jury still decided to vote against him, vote him guilty. And so that was just wrong. It was just wrong. And so um, there's absolutely no justice in doing that kind of stuff. When um, when they found Tom guilty, that was based on his skin color, and the justice in that is, well, there is none, because judging a book by its cover is completely wrong. So truth and justice work together side by side, and if you don't have truth, then you can't have justice, and if you don't have justice, then there is no truth. So you have to have one another. Well, that's it.